tonight we go over manufacturer spending. I'm gonna jump into it. How manufacturer spending. Neo shared the plan on his live 2 nights ago. So, manufacturer spending, how it started, where it came from, how it actually arrived, is that with, and it wasn't called manufacturer spending. What happened was is that probably late 90s, early 2000s. It started with the Wall Street guys, right? Started with the Wall Street guys, and what would happen was is that with the Wall Street guys, they were actually using their credit cards to buy golden dollars, right? So they would go and buy golden dollars and write them off on their taxes, right? Because you can go to the U.S. Mint and buy the golden dollars. Well, they would then go write them off on their taxes. When they wrote them off on their taxes, what they would do is say, hey, listen, we're giving them as incentives to our employees or our teams, right? Now what happens is that what? I spent $30,000, $40,000 on golden dollars. Literally, I swiped my credit card and bought money. They're delivering money to my house. I put it in my safe. When it comes time for tax season, okay, I'm writing $200,000 off that I spent, but in reality, it's in my safe. So when it comes time to pay taxes, I got $200,000 sitting that I wrote off as an expense. So it helps cut my taxable income, and I have the income still, right? Boom. Take the information with however you want to take it. So that's where it arrived from. What happened was is that the U.S. Mint changed and they wouldn't accept credit card payments anymore. So since the U.S. Mint wouldn't accept credit card payments anymore, the next thing that everybody started hearing about, the moves that were made and how people were getting their limits racked up. They getting black cards, all the free rewards and frequent flyer miles were the thing then. So they getting all these free flights, and this is one of the things that kind of sparked it, and it was like an urban legend, okay, and it became like an urban legend. So since it became like an urban legend, everybody was waiting for another way to do it. Everybody was trying to figure it out. And the next thing that happened was, after a little bit after 2009, 2010, Visa made it to where all gift cards must have a PIN number, right? So since all gift cards must have a PIN number, the next thing that happened is that since all gift cards have a PIN number, is that if I have a gift card and I buy it with a credit card, it now has debit card capabilities, right? So that's when everything kind of started going into where we are now, because now it goes, okay, since a gift card has debit card capabilities, it can do the same thing that debit cards can do, right? So I can take my credit card and buy a gift card. It's a Visa gift card. I sent you guys, and I provided you guys with a sample. It's a black one. It's a black one that I prefer. It's the main one that I use, right? So what happens is that now we have this Visa gift card, and since we have this Visa gift card, how do we turn that to cash to pay the credit card back off and just accumulate the reward points and accumulate the spend? Okay, so the goal was people go, well, if it's a gift card, I can do two things. I can go and I can buy money orders, or I can go and I can load reloadable cards, right? So what we want to look at with the basic method of manufacturer spending is that you're able to take your credit card, go to a place like Walmart, Walgreens, Dollar General, right? Buy a gift card. When you go and buy the gift card, you literally take the gift card and then you want to convert it to cash. So you either can load it onto a Bluebird card or a Surge card, right? And those are your one of them is through American Express. And with the American Express, you literally, once you reload the reloadable card, you pay your credit card back off. Okay, so you pay your credit card back off. So once you pay your credit card back off, the transaction happened, you keep the reward points. Or with the gift card method, the best way the reason we operate with the gift card method is because we want the gift card method to help us hit our sign-on bonuses, right? 3,000, 4,000. We want to go hit the sign-on bonus so we can get the $100,000 sign-on reward. Okay, that's the goal for manufacturer spending with the gift card method. But if we don't do the reload to like your Visa or I mean to your Bluebird or your Serve card, when you do it to the Bluebird and Serve card, let me step back. When you take the Visa gift card and load it onto a Bluebird or Serve card, you can only do $2,500 a month, right? You can do $2,500 a month. But if you do $2,500 a month, um, you can add additional cards. So each card can do 2,500. You can add 3 additional cards. So off of one account, you can have 4 total account holders, right? 3 additional account holders. So with the additional account holders, you can do 2,500 on each of those cards. So off of one primary account, you can do $10,000 a month. Okay, you guys follow me on that? You can do $10,000 a month, loading from a gift card, loading it to a Bluebird or Serve card. I say it again. Okay, take your credit card, go buy a gift card, send it to you guys in an email, and provide it in the documents. It's a black Visa gift card. The black Visa gift card you take and you go and you get a Bluebird account or a Serve account. When you get the Bluebird or Serve account, you can go to places like Walmart, Dollar General, Walgreens, and you reload the Bluebird or Serve card. You can do up to $2,500. Okay, when you buy gift cards, 500. So you can buy gift cards in increments of 500. Go and load them onto your gift card. I mean, onto your Bluebird or Serve account. $2,500 for your main account, and you can add additional users. So you can add additional account holders, and with those 3 additional account holders, what you can do is do 2,500 on each of those. That gives you $10,000 per primary account. Okay, you can get the gift card from the black one that I sent you guys, or you can go to a Simon Mall. Simon Properties also sells gift cards. You can go to Simon Mall, which is like the mall with Neiman Saks, your Gucci, your Louis. That mall is going to have, they sell gift cards as well, so you can go and buy gift cards from them. Okay? Now, that's your gift card method. This is the basic method. Also, if we go gift card to Bluebird or Serve card, that's one way. Another way we can do it is go to um, and buy money orders. Okay, so you can go and buy money orders. So you can take the gift card and go and buy money orders. Okay, and you can go and buy money orders. So when you go and buy money orders, I tell people, listen, you can try to buy money orders from a Walmart, but Walmart is a little more tricky when it comes to using the gift card to buy them at Walmart. But what you can do, I tell people all the time, is that you want to go to a predominantly Hispanic area or a place that's heavy with money orders, right? And why I say the Hispanic area is because in the Hispanic area, what happens is that they deal with a lot of cash. Okay, they deal with a lot of cash. So since they deal with a lot of cash, they're used to people coming in buying money orders. Okay, so they're heavy in the money order sale, and they're not gonna really care if you swipe in a gift card to buy the money orders. Okay, so that's where you want to go and get your money orders from. You also can do Kroger. Okay, you can do Kroger. Try your local grocery stores. Everybody has different grocery stores depending on where you're at in the United States, but you can do your local grocery stores. This is how you're going to get off of your gift card. Understand, this is not your major move. This is your basic operation. Okay, this is the basic. What I tell people is this, right? This is how you hit your sign-on bonuses. So if you need to go spend $3,000 in 90 days, right? You can easily go do this method. This is the method that you want to do and operate with. You guys get me on that? Because it's the basic method, right? Takes a little bit of work, a couple steps. When you get the money order, you take the money order, you deposit the money order into your checking account. I tell people, don't deposit the money orders into a Wells Fargo account. Deposit the money orders into a Chase account because Chase is more prone to money orders because they won't let anybody deposit cash into somebody else's account. So anytime somebody needs to deposit um, money into somebody else's account, they need to use money orders. So you can take money orders and deposit them into your own account. Okay. Now, what's the benefit of this, right? Of this basic method? What's the benefit? What does this do for us, right? It's not, listen, next call is our selfish call. This call, we still have to kind of have the mindset about other people, right? We're going to get selfish on this call as well, though. Okay? So, what we want to look at is go, got it. Got the method. What's the benefit? What's the perks? How is it going to make me money? Right? How is this going to make me money? Well, now this is the mini course that we give people when we help them get funded. Okay? This is the mini course that we give people when we help them get funded. What does that mean? That means, hey, listen, I helped you, I got you 100K. Let me help you get your sign-on bonuses, right? Let me show you how to liquidate your credit card and pull the cash off. Because once you pull the money off onto the money order, you can keep the money orders, or you can deposit it back and collect the reward points, or you can load the money on a reloadable card, keep it. Now you liquidate your credit card without paying all these expensive fees, right? So we just learned how to liquidate credit cards and hit our sign-on bonuses. What's the benefit is that now when we walk somebody through funding, we can tell them, hey, listen, let me show you how to hide your credit card utilization. Hey, let me show you how to liquidate your credit card, right? Let me show you how to not pay interest on your credit card. So now guess what happens is that we're going to introduce them to the basic method of manufacturer spending, right? Once you introduce them to the basic method of manufacturer spending, guess what happens is they go, man, I love it. Everybody should go and test it and buy a gift card and run the play, see how it works for you, right? But the next thing is that once you do that, people go, is there a higher level? Once we go, yes, there's a higher level, right? Now, guess what? Now we have a credit card mastery course. Your credit card mastery course will consist of every single thing that I'm going to teach you from here out. Now, credit card mastery, yeah, if you want to learn how to do, $50,000, $100,000 in a day, I can show you that. I can show you how to do it and liquidate and do this stuff while traveling and get to travel for free. That's the next level. But I'm going to show you, since you came through funding, I'm going to break down the basic method to you, and I'm going to show you how to hide your credit card utilization, hit your sign-on bonuses, and liquidate your credit card. That comes free with my funding package. You guys got me so far? You guys follow me on that, right? You get me? Now, you got to upsell. And guess what? You know the people got the money because you just gave it to them. So now I'm going to show you how to get part of your fee back, right? I'm going to help you get your money back that you paid me. So not only have I walked you through credit repair, got your credit together, got you funded, showed you, charged you 10%, helps you get 5 to 7% back, and then I'm showing you how to hide utilization. If you're interested, if you want to be a master of your credit cards, I can show you the next option up and the next level up. Okay? So now we go into the next level. We're going, okay, well, what's our next place, right? Everybody's heard me talk about Apple, right? I talk about the Apple store, blah, 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 blah. I ran into the mud. I ruined it for everybody, okay? I can honestly say I probably single-handedly ruined Apple. I probably can't charge Apple anything on any of my credit cards. I'm pretty sure they're aware, okay? So what happens is this, is that since Apple no longer works, right, what we get the method is that we're doing a buy, a purchase, and a return. How many of you guys have heard me talk about the Apple method before? All right? How many of you guys heard me talk about the Apple method? Okay. So, that's why I followed you, right? So listen, with the Apple method, right, is that you go in, what happens is that it's a split payment. This is our split payment method, okay? So we have a split payment method. When we do the split payment method, what we want to do is this, is that we want to go into a store and make a purchase, but we have 3 different purchase types and refund types, okay? When you guys go to stores, there's 3 different types. This is what I want you guys to understand. There's 3 different types. So we have our split payment that will do a refund to any card, Okay? They'll do a refund to any card, meaning stores like Apple. That was one of the ones that do to any card. That's done, but we still have Microsoft, which is your Windows store. Okay? So you can go into Windows and you can put two cards on a transaction. As long as both cards are registered on the transaction, you can then make the transaction, and when you come back in to do a refund, they can refund it to either card. Okay, that's our split payment method. So as long as they have both cards are registered on the transaction, they can do a refund to either one. That's one store. Okay, that's one type of refund. That's just straight split payment. The next one is our 5149. Okay, we have our 5149. 5149 split is that you can have two cards registered on the transaction, but whichever card paid majority is the card that gets the refund.
Okay.
That's why we call it the 5149. Whichever card paid the majority will get the refund. So if we go and make $100,000 purchase and I spend $51,000 in cash and $49,000 in credit, I can get the full refund back to my debit card, get that full refund in cash. Okay? That's the 5149 rule. The next one is automatic disbursement, meaning they're going to push a button for a refund and it's going to go back to wherever it came from. It don't matter if it was 51%. It don't matter if you did a split payment. However you did it, they're going to send a refund back to where it came from. Okay? Those are the stores we want to X out. They don't work. But the 5149 stores work and the split payment stores work. Okay? Now, understand this as well. Try stores. Try them, figure out what happens. Meaning, if you go and you go shopping, right? You don't got to go and do thousands to figure out how it works. Go spend $100 in a store. You go spend $100 in a store, split the payment up, see what happens, see their method, right? So that's just one method. But that's our method. So this is what we do. These methods, when we pay attention to these stores, I like to go into the mall because that's where I can do majority of my purchases. Okay, I can do majority of my purchases in the mall. Okay, so what we want to look at is that when we go into the mall, how do we do it? How do we structure this to be able to go in and execute? Right? So I said, yes, let's start an active Google sheet that tracks manufacturer success stories and failures. Okay, so listen, you know what? That's a good idea. Yep, that's a good idea. Let's actually extract that. We're gonna put it in the Facebook group and we'll spread that across the whole family. So, but listen, what happens when we go in the store? When we go into the mall, what we want to do is that we want to start with our smaller cards because when we go for funding, you're not going to get all $30,000 cards, but you will get one to two $30,000 credit cards. But you're also going to get 10,000. You're going to get 15,000. Okay. You're going to get $75,000 credit cards. What happens is that we want to master and go, okay, when we go in, we want to look and say, I want to start with my 10,000s, right? So what I would do when I go in the mall, I go to Windows, right? I go into Windows, spend 10,000 on my credit card, $300 to $500 on my debit card, right? I purchase things, but when I purchase my product, I always get something that's kind of uncomfortable to carry, right? You want to get something that's kind of big and kind of that you're going to struggle carrying with and say, listen, I'm not done shopping, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here. I'll be back, right? Let me finish shopping, just hold it. I'll come and grab it on my way out, or let me go grab my car and I'm going to come back, right? They say, no problem. I leave. Remember, I spent $10,000, right? So I spent $10,000 on my debit card and $500 on my $10,000 on my credit card, $500 on my debit card. So I just made a $10,500 purchase, both cards registered on the transaction. I leave there, and I then go down to a store, either K's or Jared's. Okay. What happens is if I go to like a Jared's, right? I go to Jared's, I want to do the same thing. I go, okay, I got another $10,000 or $15,000 credit card. I go spend $15,000 on in Jared's. But what I do is while I'm in there, I go, listen, I'm always indecisive, right? I'm indecisive if I want to get it. I'm not sure, and it's always it's a gift. So I'm not sure how my wife feels. She been asking me about some stuff from Tiffany's. Boom. So I make the purchase. I call her to check on her while I'm still in the store. I don't even leave the store with her. She says she wants something from Tiffany's. Well, guess what happens? Since she wants something from Tiffany's, I go, listen, yeah, she just sent me this, boom, from Tiffany. She wants Tiffany's. So I do the refund. I go, listen, just make the transaction. Here, give them the debit card. Let them do the refund, right? When they do the refund, if you do it during regular business hours, the refund should hit your account 30, 45 minutes, okay? So now guess what? Jared's give me the refund. After I get the 10,000 from Jared, I then leave, right? I leave out of Jared's. When I leave out of Jared's, I now have $10,000 in my checking account. I now go back up to Microsoft and say, hey, listen, I spoke to my IT team, right? I talked to my IT department, and speaking to my IT department, they actually told me it's best that we go with Apple products. So I need to do a refund. When I do the refund from Microsoft, guess what? I give them my debit card. They do the refund. Another 10,000 comes into my account. So I did 15,000 at Jared's, 10,000 at Microsoft. Guess what? I now have $25,000 cash in my checking account. Okay, I got 25,000 cash in my checking account now. I came into the mall with $1,000 or 500 and a bunch of credit cards. Well, now I just liquidated $25,000, turned it into cash, and it's now in my checking account. You guys follow me so far? Okay. So now I have liquidated my credit card, but I'm not done because when we go through funding, we get multiple credit cards. So what's the next thing? So the next day is I go and I'll go into a Neiman Marcus, right? So when I go into a Neiman Marcus, I know a Neiman Marcus, depending on the rep, Neiman Marcus can do a full refund, 21 full refund split pay, or they can do, this one paid more and hit you with a 51.49, right? So what I did, especially during COVID, when everybody had the PPP money, it was bad. So I used to tell people, like, listen, the way they're getting the trauma that they're going through for everybody that's coming in there, it's crazy. But now they kind of getting back lenient, being able to deal with people. So what I would do is this: I would go into a store like Neiman Marcus, right? When I go into Neiman's, what I would do before I went is I look online for a coat, like a fur coat that I know they have, right? I mean, look for a fur coat, 15 grand, 13 grand. I know with taxes it's gonna come up to about 15,000. I already know the price of it. Then what I do is I look and I try and I check and I look for a Chanel bag, like something out of the Chanel boutique. Because what happens is that I can go, I want this fur coat. The Neiman Marcus rep is gonna take me to the coat. I know you guys have it, right? And go, but I'm contemplating between this and the Chanel bag. I just don't know which one I want to get. Okay, boom. The Neiman Marcus rep most likely won't know what's in Chanel's boutique. Okay, so they go, and you purchase the fur coat. I buy the fur coat. So we have a good transaction. He understood I was kind of on the fence about a Chanel bag. I literally walk out the store and walk back in with a picture of a Chanel bag that I know they don't have. I already looked it up online. I know the boutique doesn't have this Chanel bag. So I go, nah, I actually walk out and call her, and she sends me a picture of a Chanel bag. Let's just go do the transaction and go and purchase the Chanel bag. Okay, cool, right? When you do the refund for the fur coat, then we walk over to the Chanel boutique. Guess what happens? They don't have the bag. Since you don't have the bag, I'm leaving. Now, guess what? I just liquidated another $13,000, $14,000 into my checking account. So now I go from having $25,000 to $40,000 liquid cash in my account. Okay? So now I have $40,000 in my account. Now I go, okay, now I want to go and start looking at the 5149 rules, right? Now I go to the 5149 stores. The 5149 stores are stores like Rolex, okay? Stores like Rolex. And the reason why I saved them for last, right? No, you'll be okay, right? So now that I go in and I do the 5149 stores, right? So when I go and I do a 5149 store, what I'm looking to do is I go to a store like Rolex, okay? When I go to Rolex, guess what happens? Is that Rolex does 5149, so majority needs to be spent on majority needs to be spent cash. So since I know Rolex, I have to spend more in cash to get the refund back to me. That's the reason I liquidated my other cards first, because now I can go into Rolex and use my debit card. Okay, so I can literally go into Rolex, use my debit card. So let's say I go into Rolex, right? When you go into Rolex, you want to notify them, let them know that you're a watch reseller. Okay, you resell watches. You deal with high-end clientele. So I may buy 2 or 3 watches. I'll buy 3. 2 of them most likely might come back. Okay, so you build that relationship out. So now, guess what? When you go and do it, when you go into the Rolex stores, they understand that you may bring a watch back. All right? So you do a 5149, meaning if I go in Rolex and I buy $60,000 worth of watches, I need to spend $31,000 cash, $29,000 credit. This is the reason why we save our big credit cards for last, because now we do it in one transaction. Now when I go into the store, guess what I'm gonna do? 31,000 cash from the money I already liquidated from the other stores, 29,000 off my $30,000 credit cards, right? From like the Savior card or one of your big cards, right? Now I'm gonna go 31,000 cash, 29,000 on my credit card. Both cards register, but the refund automatically goes to the heavier purchaser. So now the refund comes back and goes right into my checking account, right? So now the refund comes back into my checking account. So now I have 40,000 and I liquidated a $30,000 credit card. Guess what? Now I got $70,000 liquid in my checking account, right? Literally leveraging credit to even do the big plays. I still leverage credit. So these are stores that we want to look out for with our 5149, right? So what do we want to see is that what other stores do we do it at? Well, with the 5149 stores are other stores that we have: Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Cartier, Tiffany's. These are all our 5149 stores where we go and spend heavy. Okay? These are the stores that we go into and we spend heavy. So we go into Audemars Piguet, Rolex, Cartier, Tiffany. These are the stores. Okay? Now, do you want to clear the purchase with your credit card company? Yes. Okay? Let your credit card company know, depending on what card, how heavy you get. Once you get heavy with spending, and I'm gonna break it down to you guys, is this: when we're doing manufacturer spending, understand is that you don't want to just have all your spends being manufacturer spends. You want to put everything on your credit card. You want to have your credit card heavy cycling, because what we're looking to do is put so much on the cards that they start raising the limit, right? Especially our charge cards. They raise the limits because it's based off of our spending habits. That's the reason with like American Express, I tell you, don't worry about the income that we put, because we're going to boost it off of our spending habits. Okay? So that's where we want to be at, right? So now we look and we go, okay, that's the store method. But understand, this is where you guys want to kind of have that built up, where you guys are building your spends up, right? I'm going to explain something to you as well as about relationships, okay? Relationships. For example, with the Rolex, I went in Rolex. I remember going in Rolex, doing manufacturer spending. When I would go in Rolex and do manufacturer spending, went in and it was a white Caucasian lady, right? When the white lady was helping me, It was one black guy in there working, right? One black guy in there working. And he's looking at me like a complete sellout, okay? And so I'm like, I seen it. I'm just like, in my opinion, I'm like, yo, you don't want this problem, right? Like, you don't want this problem. So I'm like, yo, chill, right? He like, yo, what's going on? So when I leave, he like, all right, brother, right? And I'm like, he hit me with the brother and everything. So I said, okay. So I go, um, I go to actually purchase a Rolex, right? So when I go to actually purchase a Rolex, guess what happens? Is I go, okay, so I'm gonna deal with him. So when I go to purchase a Rolex, right? When I went to purchase the Rolex, I bought it from him, but they didn't have the one I wanted. The bezel was different. He was like, well, we don't have it. And he was like, give me 1 second, right? I already know when people say, give me 1 second, they gonna try to figure out a move, right? And I'm going, okay. So he says, give me 1 second. Fine with me. So guess what he does? Comes back and says, hey, listen, we don't have the watch in store, but one of my distributors has one. It would take, he can get it overnighted, but it's already late. It'll be here in 2 days. I can get that for you. And to because you have to wait, I'll waive the taxes, right? He was like, I actually can get it for a few $100 cheaper than this one and no taxes. So I go, you're going to save me $400 and I don't got to pay taxes. That's almost $1,000 savings. It's not a bad deal. He goes, yes, how do you want it? Are you paying for it with cash? I said, yeah, I'll pay for it cash. Over the 2 days, my brain got to kick in and I go, if I buy this watch from him cash and he sell me a fake, I'm toast. Nothing I can do. So I say, no, I actually got to use my card. I got a lot going on right now. I need to use my card to pay for it, right? But I told him once the watch came, right? So me and my wife go, boom, we go and get it. So we go, we get the watch. We met at Chase Bank. Let me explain something to you. My guy came, rung the watch. This is where I got the white gloves from. He puts on the white gloves. He makes it look all so smooth and professional. He put the watch on me. I'm like, I don't know if I was buying this watch or not, but I'm leaving with it for sure today the way my man is treating me, right? I'm like, he got the little, we're in the bank. He got the little champagne out, and I'm like, okay. I like his style. Presentation, the experience is dope. I'm sold, right? So I buy the watch. He goes, yo, fill this form out. Boom. Give me credit card authorization form. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. We leave. So I'll never forget it. That night, it was game night. We do a couples game night. Well, as we're having couples game night, guess what happens? I look over, I got 3 missed calls from him. So I step outside to take the call, right? And when I step outside to take the call, you know what he says? Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, man, but I forgot to get the 4 digits off the front of the card. So we can't charge you. Y'all know what that means? I forgot to get the security digits off the card. I don't got the 4 digits off the front. No CVV code. I did exactly what everybody else would do. Okay? As recession-proof men of integrity, right? I told him the same thing that everybody else would have said. I said, listen, brother, I was with my side chick earlier. I'm at home with my wife. I'm going to have to call you back later. And hung up. Boom. So, go back into the card table. I explained to everybody what happens. All the fellas are laughing, saying, I don't never get that lucky, right? She's like, I don't never get that lucky. Don't let it ever happen to me like that, right? And so we laughing. But he's like, yo, can you give me her number? I'll reach out to her. Where does she live? I'll go. I'm like, yo, listen, boom. So, I tell the wife what happened, what I said, boom, 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 right? Well, and everybody's laughing, especially the fellas. Like, fellas is laughing, like, extra hard. They rah it up. But, the women kind of sitting there like, like, you gonna do that? Like, and she kind of side-eyeing me like she don't want to have a real conversation yet. Like, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna call him and give him the numbers, right? Like, I'm gonna call and give him the numbers. I don't want the karma, right? I don't want that kind of karma. I'm like, okay, I don't want that kind of karma. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call and give him the numbers. I call him, I give him the numbers. He's ecstatic, right? Man, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I didn't know what I was gonna do, right? I'm thinking to myself, like, you was toasted. There's nothing you can do. So I did the right thing. Good karma. I didn't want to come back on me, right? So I said, okay. I was going to buy a watch. It ain't like I found it, right? So I go, okay, pay for it. But in my mind now, though, I go, as much as you were sweating, you owe me something. Relationship built instantly. You owe me something. Like, you owe me. Because you didn't want to have to pay for this watch. You would have had to buy it out of your own pocket from whoever it was your supplier was. Right? So I waited a respectful 2 weeks and said I need my watch clean. So I went in there to get the watch clean. My whole goal and purpose was to go in here and say, listen, I want to come in here and manufacture spin. I probably was overly confident that he was gonna say yes because he owed me. Overly confident in like, yo, this is what we about to do. I already got the play mapped out. We going to the roof, right? So I went in, I explained it to him, and he was like, that's crazy. And he was like, are you serious? I seen you come in here and buy watches before. And he was like, yo, that's crazy. I don't got good credit. I never really even knew how credit cards work. I didn't know that was possible. I'm like, yeah, bro, watch. I'm gonna show you how it works. Let me do it now. And he was like, nah, bro, I don't, it's gonna mess up my numbers. Nah, bro, I don't wanna do it. It's gonna mess up my numbers. What? I should go dispute the charge. Right? Offended. Right? I'm offended. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. Like my face just like I'm like, you know. And I'm like, you was toasted. Like I'm being a nice guy and you don't wanna let me have my way, right? Mm-hmm. And so I go, okay, I get it, whatever. You don't want to do it. He was like, no, but I got another thing for us. At this point, I'm done. Right? I'm done. I don't care what you got going on. You just told me no. Since you told me no, I got nothing else for you. Right? So he was like, nah, people turn watches in all the time for cheaper. And I can, if we buy them that night, I can get them for what they turn it in for. We don't have to put it in the system, and I know I can sell them for more. And it wouldn't take me longer than a week, right? So I go, okay, whatever, right? Call me, I'm leaving, right? I don't even care what he's talking about. He calls me one night and said, hey, listen, boss, I got a watch in here for 12.5. Somebody just turned it in. I know I can make a few grand off of it reselling it. I was in a good mood. I remember I was riding down 85. I wasn't too far from it. My music blasted. I felt good. I'm driving. And I got off and I went and I pulled up to the store to see what he was talking about. I bought a watch for $12,500. I put it on my credit card. Boom. It literally took him 6 days. He called me back and said, "Listen, I got a buyer for it for 15,000. Buyer buys it 15,000 cash. Boom. Guess what happens? We made $2,500. He took $1,250. I took $1,250. But I got a $12,500 natural manufacturer spend on my car. And I made $1,250 plus my reward points. I said, I'll answer his phone calls. He okay now. He all right. I'm still mad because I don't really care about the 12.5 and I can manufacture spend myself. So I'm not impressed. He called me back with a $6,000 watch. We made like $1,500. I'm ultraly not impressed, right? And I'm like, all right, whatever. Next call, he calls and said, yo, I gotta watch 60 grand. Can your car handle that? Now I feel challenged. Now I'm excited. Now I'm like, yo, I'm taking you to dinner after this one, right? Like now we can go to dinner together. We can break some bread together after this one. We did a $60,000 watch, right? Did a $60,000, split it $2,500 a piece, sold it for $65, and I got a $60,000 manufacturer spend. Over time, we did a 25, to 30, 32s, to 19s, 6s, 7s, right? I ended up giving my guy a platinum. I gave him a platinum. He ran my bill up to over $150,000 spending on it. I just let him hold it. That was off of a relationship. So I'm gonna teach you guys a lot of things, but understand this: when you watch the pros that do manufacturer spending, even in the recession-proof family, pay attention. They know every store to go to, but then they also have relationships that they build. Okay, they have relationships that they build. So be mindful of that. Is that it's not all about, oh, let me just go in just these stores. Also pay attention to relationships. Okay, also pay attention to relationships. Now, we also have specialty stores. Okay, what are our specialty stores? Our specialty stores are stores like Costco, right? Because we can go online to Costco, and when we go to Costco online, guess what happens? We can go do a Costco online, and when we do Costco online, they can't refund Discover card in store. Okay, so they can't refund to a Discover, right? So now, since they can't do a refund to Discover, if I go and buy Costco online, guess what happens? When I have everything sent to me, I just go do a refund, right? When I go and do a refund, they can't do it to a Discover card or an Amex. Now, guess what happens? They'll do it to a Visa. So I can take my Discover or my Amex, go in, buy online. Now I just take it back in store and get a refund. Things to be conscious of. One of my big dogs wanted to be a big fella. He was a big shot. He said, listen, I'm not going to do 5,000, 10,000. I'm not even doing 20,000. Marcus, I want to make big plays, right? Listen, I'm willing to test anything. Let's do it. He goes, guess what I did? Found some earrings online at Costco. $40,000. $40,000 earrings at Costco. What y'all think about that? Online, $40,000 purchase. Nina said it's risky. It's crazy, tough. You know, you can buy MacBooks, all kind of stuff in Costco, right? Great play, right? So, guess what happens? He makes the purchase. When he does the purchase, he ships the diamond earrings to his house, right? When he sent the earrings to his house, guess how they got delivered? They got delivered in a Brinks truck. He calls me instantly. He's on FaceTime. He's like, look out the window. Looking. He go, yo, they delivering these fucking earrings in a Brinks truck. I think I'm gonna be in trouble. Right? I think I'm gonna be in trouble, bro. They came in a fucking Brinks truck. This is crazy. It's just some earrings, right? I'm like, just no earrings. You got $40,000 diamonds, brother, right? The feds delivered your earrings, right? So he goes, all right, how you think this is gonna go when I do the return, right? I'm like, look, we can't do nothing to find out. But when you get to the store, before you walk in, call me. I want to be on the AirPods. I want to hear what happens, right? So he goes up to the counter. When he goes up to the counter, he's like, yeah, I want to, do a refund. Like, okay, I got these earrings. Boom, hand him the receipt. The employee was like, whoa, right? I got to get my manager. Manager comes. He was like, shit. I can hear the manager like, holy shit, bro, I don't even know what the fuck to do with these, right? Like, golly, you sure you don't want to just keep them, right? He's like, nah, I need to do a refund. He was like, shit, well, give me a second. I gotta go call customer service. You hold on to those. I don't want to take them, right? So he goes to call corporate. My guy's like, yo, bro, they won't even. It's like they won't even touch them, right? And I'm like, yeah. Do you think how often you think they see $40,000 diamond earrings come in, right? If they fumble those and do anything, it's their job. So he comes back and tells them, hey, listen, um, we're gonna have to send these off to a gemologist to just verify. And that can take a few days. Are you sure you want to do that, right? And he was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, damn, I don't even know where to fucking put these. Yo, give me 1 second. Calls another manager. Manager's like, yo, you're gonna have to put those probably in a safe. They're sitting there like before they even touch the earrings, going, what do we do with them? Man, my guy they ended up having to put them in a safe and send them off to a gemologist. He got hit with interest because, but by the time the gemologist got back, then they went to process his refund. Did it work? If they let him do his move, but guess what? Now it's so much pressure on it. He then got hit with interest. It and went over his time frame, messed up his utilization, right? And I'm like, listen. So my rule of thumb is be careful with jewelry. That's why I tell people don't really leave the store, especially ordering jewelry online. Not a good move. Okay, MacBooks, things like that, they can open it up, pop it, make sure it's fit. You're good to go. Okay, be mindful of that. But that's a store like Costco. We also can manufacture spin with Costco, Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's. These are all your big superstore, big bulk stores, right? Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco. We all manufacture spin at these stores. Other stores is like Crate and Barrel. Okay, we also have Crate and Barrel, and we also have a store called Dick's Sporting Goods. This is one of the main ones that it's the easiest ones. And with Dick's Sporting Goods is that because you can go into Dick's Sporting Goods and do a um, split payment. That works, but we have a store. We have the online eBay store called Rakuten. Okay, it used to be called Ebates. So now we use Rakuten. The reason why we use Rakuten is because when we use Rakuten, what happens is that you can go and basically the affiliate fee that Rakuten makes, they give reward points for it. So let's just say Rakuten is like, hey, we make 15% of any sales that we do for Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, sometimes they may bump it up and tell the customer, hey, I'll give you 10%. I'll give you 10% rebate when you make the purchase on, it's a holiday. It's Labor Day. We got a Labor Day sale. We'll give you 10% rebate on anything that you spend with Dick's Sporting Goods, right? So what happens is that now when I spend with Dick's Sporting Goods, right, is that when I spend with Dick's Sporting Goods, it's recruiting. It's like Rakuten. So it's Rakuten. Okay, Rakuten. So when I go to Dick's Sporting Goods, now guess what happens? Is when I go to Dick's Sporting Goods through recruiting, I'm gonna get my reward points for the purchase because Dick's Sporting Goods won't see that. They won't see the transaction. Okay, so they won't see how I paid through Rakuten, right? So since they can't see what payment I use through Rakuten, when I get to Dick's Sporting Goods, I can order golf clubs, bikes. When I get there, I'm just gonna say, hey, listen, I need to do a refund. When I do my refund, guess what happens? Swipe any card. When I swipe the card, they're gonna give a refund back to me. If it's small enough, they'll give you cash. I have people go in there and get $1,000 in cash refund out of the register. Okay, they don't know where the payment came through. So that's one of the benefits of going through Rakuten is that when Dick's won't be able to see how you made the purchase, but they'll give you the refund. The next play off of that is that, but also I get the rebates from Rakuten. So now I get the cash back from Rakuten. I can use it, or I can then redeem it and go and purchase from more stores, online retailers. Well, guess what? I can then go take it and purchase something from Dick's Sporting Goods using the Rakuten points and cash out off of that. So literally, I get my reward points from my manufacturer spend, and I get my eBay points, turn those into cash, and get that money back. I literally, you can do any store. Look at their return policies, okay? Right? Look at the return policies. Yep. I've seen, like I'm gonna show you guys now. Today is this Chance did it today. Literally, I don't know if y'all can see that. 22,000. Right? Did 22,000 a day. So you get the rebates and you do your points to your credit card. So you're literally making money. You're literally making money before you even do your manufacturer spend and get the reward points. You even get a rebate before. You're making money before you even do the transaction. Okay? Now, next thing is this, right? Now, these are our stores, but let me explain something to you about manufacturer spend and why we do it, right? It's an app called Dosh. That's another one, yes. Tennille just dropped that, right? It's an app called Dosh, Dosh. I haven't personally used it, okay? But let me explain something. Is that when we look at manufacturer spending, I don't want you guys to have the mindset it's like, oh, this is just to, get reward points. No, it's going to help us build our limits up, right? It helps us build our limits on our personal side. It helps us generate reward points. It helps us liquidate credit cards when we need to. Also, our goal is not to have $1 million, a million credit cards, right? So when we look at funding, our goal is never to go out and say, I want to get 1 million credit cards. No, we want $1 million, right? We want $1 million, right? You always want to pay your credit card back. Also, always pay the credit card back before your due date, okay? Knock that credit card payment out before the due date and pay 2 or 3 times throughout the month. So knock it down 2 or 3 times throughout the month before your due date. But the goal is not to have 1 million credit cards. The goal is to get $1 million, right? So what I tell people is this: the reason why we implement like manufacturer spending is because this way we don't have to go and liquidate credit cards through PayPal, right? We don't have to go do cash advances and pay all these high interest rates and these high interest just to pull the money off and get hit with interest strictly throughout. When doing cash advances, we lose money up front. So it helps us when it's with liquidating cards. Also, it helps us build our limits up because the goal is this: we want to go and build up our portfolio. So when we go for business funding, when we get business funding, it'll be based off of the limits that we already have on our personal credit. So when I go to get my business funding, I want to get $50,000, $75,000 cards. Well, guess what? This way, what happens is if I'm building up my credit card limits, guess what? My limits grow, but also if I can then start to pair my cards. So I can blend my credit cards together, right? So if I got two credit cards with with Bank of America, right? I got two credit cards with Bank of America on my personal. I can just say, hey, listen, I got a $20,000 card or $25,000 card. Well, you see, I'm maxing these cards out. I need a higher limit. Let me shift part of this $25,000 limit to this 21. So I'm gonna say, let me take 20,000, put that 20,000 with the other 20,000. I now have a $40,000 credit card, right? And a 5,000. Well, after I keep this 5,000 one for a year, I can close that account out. I don't need it. Now I got a $40,000 credit line over here though. Now I'm building my credit line. So I'm building each of these cards up to then try to merge them together so I have large lines. That way, when I go for business funding, I'm getting $50,000, $75,000 credit cards in one whop. And with business funding, I only need my personal to be strong one time. I can go through business funding multiple times, right? I can go through business funding multiple times, and guess what? Why? Because I can remove the inquiries, and my business cards aren't going to show up on my personal. So now I can go through and run my business funding up, and then I build that out. But my goal is we need to start learning how to build our personal credit out, and this is where this comes into play, right? This is where this comes into play is learning how to max your cards out, right? Also, mindset. Do not go out and spend. Oh, I spent 15,000 at Costco. I spent 20,000 at Dick's Sporting Goods, and 30,000 in Rolex, and nothing else. Everything else was Little Caesars Pizza, $5, right? No, put everything on your credit cards, right? Work certain credit cards at a time. Put everything on your credit cards. Also, when it comes to stores like Costco, right? Think about it. Stores like Costco, remember, we already told them with trade lines and stuff that we work with a halfway house. Do it at the same time every month. Make it make sense. To where if I got Costco and I'm doing $12,000 on one card every month, guess what? I'm gonna do it between the 7th and the 10th every month. I'm spending 12,000. 12,000 between the 7th and the 10th every month. Guess what? It's repetitive. They see me constantly doing it. It's habit. You're good to go, right? Make it look like you got to think: does this look organic? Does it look like this person is spending this money on credit cards? Is this person spending money like this, right? So just be mindful of that when you guys start manufacturer spending. Also, you can manufacture spend off authorized user cards. So if you got a partner, your husband, your wife, your business partner, one person is credit strong, and you go, well, look, make me an authorized user. I can go do manufacturer spending plays myself, and you can do manufacturer spending plays. Okay. Now, do we use apps like Plastique? I'm gonna explain Plastique to you guys next call. Okay. We don't use Plastique for manufacturer spending. That's dead. Okay. But I'm gonna explain Plastique to you guys. But these are the plays that how you want to run it. Okay. So that's Rakuten, Dick's Sporting Goods, BJ, Sam's Club, Costco, Jared's, K's, Rolex, Cartier, Audemars Piguet, Neiman Marcus, Windows, right? These are all our stores that we cycle through that we've had success that we actually do. Okay? Crate and Barrel. Okay? These are all the stores that we want to get familiar with that we can operate in. And then we're going to start building out a list together amongst ourselves, right? But now we have other plays. Can I keep going? Can we go a step to the next level? So, next level. What's next? Now, we start to go out and play, right? How many of y'all like Vegas? Anybody like Vegas? Anybody? It's a little city in the middle of a desert with a whole bunch of bright lights and casinos, right? So, Vegas, Las Vegas. Las Vegas has a hotel called the Cosmopolitan, okay? Las Vegas has a hotel called the Cosmopolitan. The cool thing about the Cosmopolitan is this, is the Cosmopolitan has a bungalow suite, okay? Cosmopolitan has a bungalow suite. Guess what's cool about the bungalow suite? It's 3 stories, right? 3 stories, balconies on both sides. One side overlooks the pool, the other side overlooks the Bellagio water show. Beautiful, okay? Beautiful. Well, cool thing about the bungalow suite is that the bungalow suite comes with a butler, right? The bungalow suite comes with a butler. Anybody know what a butler does? Does anybody know what a butler does? Serves you whatever you want. Yes, a butler is Jeffrey. You guys remember Jeffrey? Imagine having a Jeffrey, right? So, you get a Jeffrey. You can tell Jeffrey to do whatever it is that you want him to do. Okay? Jeffrey does whatever it is that you want him to do. So now, guess what? Since I have a Jeffrey, go to Walgreens and give me some gift cards. $10,000 in gift cards, Jeffrey. Guess what Jeffrey does? Jeffrey goes to Walgreens, gets me some gift cards. Is Jeffrey going to ask me for money? Absolutely not. Jeffrey's gonna Jeffrey is gonna charge it to his corporate credit card, which is gonna charge it to my room, right? But since I'm at a hotel, I get 5 points per dollar. I get 5 points per dollar. So now Jeffrey charges it to my room. I say, listen, Jeffrey, that's too much for you. Don't worry about going to give me gift cards. Jeffrey, just go downstairs. I want you to go downstairs and give me 50,000 in chips. Jeffrey, I want you to go downstairs and give me 50,000 in chips. When Jeffrey goes and gets me $50,000 in chips, guess what happens? When Jeffrey goes and gets me 50,000 in chips, that's 250,000 points. 250,000 points. When you redeem it at 1.125% more through your Charles Schwab, you walk away with $3,100 in a night. You make $3,100 in a night off having Jeffrey go down there and get you 50,000 in chips. You take the chips, cash them in, get a cashier's check, or you get the money to the ear. Y'all know how y'all be doing. I'll be seeing y'all on Instagram. A lot of y'all be having the money to your ear, the money phone. You go do the money phone. 50,000, but you make 3,000 in a night. Literally in Las Vegas. The thing is that you have to get hotel rooms that come with a butler. So as long as the hotel comes with a butler, it's usually like your penthouses or your suites that come with butler service. Not concierge, comes with the butler service. Okay? You get the butler service. You then make them go and get you chips. Y'all follow me there, right? You go to Las Vegas. $50,000 a night. You can get $50,000 in chips. But this is after you start to grow your limits. This is the reason why we take steps. We got our baby step for hitting sign-on bonuses. We have our middle step is where we grow our limits in our credit cards. And then when we go on trips, we start to make money. Okay? Once our limits get larger, now we start to actually make money. Guess what happens next? Well, we got a few different plays, right? So what's the next play? Like, that's not the end of it, right? I go, we have to be recession proof. Everything that I teach you guys is teach you guys how to think kind of outside the box. So yes, I can go to get 50,000 in chips, but that's cool. I make some money. Don't get me wrong, that's good. But how many of you guys seen when I did the 10x takeover? How many of you guys seen when I did the 10x takeover? I went to Las Vegas during 10x and I had a penthouse mastermind. Right? So you saw the pics. A few people. Everybody didn't see it, right? Did you see my ad when I was walking in front of the yellow Lamborghini truck? How many of y'all seen that? Right? Now, I guarantee somebody seen that ad with me walking in front of that yellow Lamborghini truck. Guess what? That was in Vegas at the 10X takeover. Somebody said, that's what got me. Laugh out loud, right? So you signed up off of that weekend. Let me explain something to you, why we're recession proof, how this thing goes, right? I go to Las Vegas and I do a 10X takeover. Everybody's going to 10X. All my entrepreneurs are going to be at 10X. Okay, so it's a whole bunch of people that's interested in business going to be in one place. I'm going to be there. 1, I'm going to learn. 2, I'm going to network. 3, I'm going to work. Okay? So when I go to 10X, I go, okay, get a penthouse. I bring all my friends. Guess what happens? We split the penthouse. We're doing a mastermind there. Split the fee. If you bring in people, inviting people out, split the fee. Let's pack the house. Let's present our let's do a mastermind. Let's talk. Let's teach. See if we can make some money. Right? Might get a couple sales. My mentorship is $5K. So when we do it, we get a house. It's probably about 50 people there. Right? Probably about 50 people there. Close ratio say you should be able to do at least 10%. That's at least 5 people. I got a higher ticket, maybe 2 to 3. Meaning, I get up here, I talk, I'm teaching, I'm explaining everything that I do, giving examples, I'm teaching, right? I should get 2 to 3 people to join my mentorship. That's 15K, right? Guess what? That's 15K off that. But then what else is happening? I'm manufacturing spending to make money while I'm here, so I'm not going in the hole, right? Not only am I manufacturing spending while I'm here, I have my camera guy here. What does my camera guy do? Right? My camera guy literally is there recording content. Right? So now what happens? My camera guy is there recording content. I'm on Instagram. So everybody who can't come is now watching. Man, they in Vegas having a good time. Cool. So y'all see me in Vegas having a good time. You missing the penthouse mastermind, right? You missed the penthouse mastermind, but you see it. So now people are watching. We staying in the penthouse for free because I'm manufacturing spending my portion, getting my money back. They don't even know what's going on, right? Got the content. People say, well, what about the cars? Y'all got a hookup on exotic rental cars? I go, no. I don't got nothing on exotic rental cars. I pay for them. The reward points that I'm getting for manufacturer spending pays for my rental car. So guess what? It pays for my rental car. It pays for the hotel. Now I'm in the opportunity. Now I'm in a position to present my information, present my program. So now when I sit here and I'm telling it and I make money off of it, guess what happens? That money is all profit. But everybody who follows me, because I'm the authority in talking credit and things like that, everything that I talk about, they're watching, going, wow, they having a good time. Look at that. Branding, right? Now I'm branding myself as well. They in Lamborghini trucks. They in Las Vegas. We got a Lamborghini truck. We had a McLaren. We had a Rolls Royce. A Wraith, right? Y'all see, if y'all go through the highlight, y'all see it. Guess what happens? I'm now also marketing online. Then we capture dope content. It turns into an ad. Now I'm running ads off of the same free event. I went for free, made money there, created, had people join my mentorship who wasn't able to make it because lifestyle, marketing, branding, they joined. I turned into an ad, run ads off my credit card. Y'all know, y'all see the numbers that I show y'all, what the ads, how the ads perform off my credit cards to sell different products, literally off of going to Vegas for free. But this is where you start to max out and when you start to build your brand. That's the key to it. I tell people, look, start creating your content. The web is for when people come, right? Okay, you don't got a lot of followers now, but you dropping dope content. You giving valuable content, and then you go somewhere and you go, yo, listen, people come out to this event. I'm doing a mastermind in Vegas. I don't care if 10 people show up and one person purchases a product for you. But you got now, you could afford the content creator, you leveraging credit. 1 or 2 people purchase from you, you making your money on the hotel, so it's free. Then you run an ads, you got your content, right? You have everything that you need. Y'all follow me on that? If I don't know how that worked, like in like 5 different ways off of one trip, and it's still working, somebody says, no, that ad is what got me to sign up, and that's how I found you. Right? This is literally, we just have to think like this, right? This is how I want you guys to think and operate moving forward. It's like, yo, you have to build a brand. If you don't have a personal brand in 2020, you don't got nothing, right? It's your resume. So you guys have to think like this, like, yeah, we're gonna build, we're gonna make money. We got services and things, but how can the stuff that I learned to help other people benefit me to get more people to do business with me? And I had a great time. You imagine running around Vegas in Lamborghinis and with your friends. I had a great time, right? This is the key though. A lot of us won't take advantage of it. So let's just say you're not in a position you go, well, I'm not that comfortable to invite people out. I ain't ready to spill it yet. Start spilling it on video, getting comfortable. But if not, worst case, imagine if you split the hotel room, like the bungalow is 3 stories. Imagine if you split a 3-story hotel with 3 of your friends. Cut your trip close down to nothing. Meanwhile, you running it up on the back end, ready to go home. Not only are you making money, but you also raising your credit card. You got me? No money in your comfort zone. Stand up and your money will too. I told y'all about the cruise ship. Okay? I told y'all about the cruise ship. Can I go to another level? Always start with personal credit before business. Should I go to another level? Is it okay? Because this might be comfortable enough for y'all. This might be good enough. Y'all might be comfortable here. You stay here, hang out, get it in. All right? Keep going. All right, I got one more thing for y'all. I'm going to share. I got one more thing when it comes to manufacturer spending for you guys. So, we get it. That's manufacturer spending. Right? Split pays, things like that. Once your credit cards get better, life gets easier. Okay? Meaning, once you get higher limit credit cards, life get easier. Okay? Can you guys see this? Can you see my screen? Yes, you can. So I want you to Google. Remember, I told you can go to Simon Mall and buy gift cards out of the mall. I want you to Google Simon Mall Simon gift cards, Simon Mall gift cards, right? When you Google Simon Mall gift cards, okay, you can come here to gift card account sales, right? Gift card account sales. Go to register now. Mm-hmm. If you look, they're going to ask you a very important question. They ask you email address. They ask you to create a password. They ask for your tax ID number. Okay? First name, last name, company name, your street address, boom, 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 your personal information. They're going to ask you your estimate order frequency, right? Estimate order frequency. They say you want them weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. We're going to go monthly. We want that cycle, period. We want this cycle monthly. They say, what quantity do you want? Can anybody tell me what quantity you guys want to order? How many you want to order online?
Or what?
How many you guys want? Somebody said 10, 100. Somebody said 25. Somebody said 1. Somebody said 10. Somebody said 50. Somebody said 100,000. The limit. Right? Some of y'all still modest with the 10, 30, right? Listen, you can do 500 plus. Okay? You can do 500 plus. Boom. Do you need to do that many? No. Right? They're not gonna start. They're gonna cap you anyways at a certain part when you first start off. They may give you a $10,000 order limit. Some of them they may give you 50,000. But what happens is you can how many cards you want. Boom. You can order an unlimited amount of cards online. Okay. So 500 plus. They're gonna ask you what's your company size. You can go 50 to 100. Right. But the key thing is they say, well, how do you want to pay? By check or credit card? Pay by credit card, of course. They take every credit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. Okay? Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover. Good thing about it is you can order $1,000 limits on here. So you can order gift cards in increment of $1,000. But guess what? The more you order, the cheaper they are. The more gift cards you order, the cheaper they are. Okay? The more you order, the cheaper they are. Literally, you can come on here, order gift cards online. They ship them to your house. This is once you get larger credit cards, though, right? Do 15,000 every month, 25, 50,000, $100,000 a month, and gift cards that literally come to your house. When they come to your house, you go cash them out for money orders or reload your serve card and collect the reward points. Okay. What happens is that you can literally make a job out of that. You can literally make a job out of that. You can literally doing $100,000 a month make a few grand every single month just by manufacturer spending, having credit cards come to your house, taking 25,000 a week. That's only 25 cards. Turn them into money orders. Pay your credit card back off, but it's going to help you build your limit at the same time. Okay. Yes, you will use your EIN number at with the Simon Mall. Okay. So yes, you will use your EIN number when you do it at the Simon Mall. Okay. So how large should your credit card be? Yeah, you'll be paid back through reward points. Yes. So you guys understand is that this is the method, but then we also use our credit cards to run ads. You guys need to get the gold business card so you guys run your ads with, you get 5 points per dollar. Okay? You get 5 points per dollar. Yes, somebody asks, so are you just recycling the money from your credit card to the Visa card to pay off your credit card? Yes, or you can liquidate it. So if you don't pay the credit card off, if you need the funds, you can liquidate it. Somebody asks, are we going to learn in this mentorship how to run ads? That will be part of Recession Proof Extreme that you guys will be granted access to. Yes. You don't. Somebody asks, why would you use EIN on personal cards? You're going to use the EIN number to set that account up with Simon Mall. It's not on personal cards. You use that EIN number when you're setting up that account with Simon Mall for your corporate account. Okay. Let me go back to the top. What card gives 5 points per dollar? Majority of cards, when it comes to hotels, give you 5 points per dollar. When it comes like hotels, 5 and fine dining. So when you look at your credit card, don't you guys start studying credit card sites like going to American Express? Go to American Express and just look at the perks on the cards. Okay. So go look at the perks on the cards, and they break it down to you. The different perks and benefits. We should all know that, and looking at cards and knowing where to go look so we can, know that type of information. Where do we get a serve card from? Walmart. You can get a serve card from Walmart. How much do we put on each gift card? It's up to your discretion. You can do up to 500. With Simon, you can do up to 1,000. So reward points can be turned into cash and or items. I don't know what you're asking, but reward points can be turned into cash or they can be redeemed. We'll go over ways to use reward points on our next call. Yep. Once the funds are deposited into your account, you can pay the card right back off. What card do we use for the play? Whichever ones you have, just check your rewards. You should be familiar with rewards. So start checking. Remember, I told you guys, credit boards, the points guys. These are the reasons I tell you guys to check these websites so you guys can know which ones have the most benefit. So seeing which cards have the best benefits, what kind of offers they have, seeing what's the benefits of the cards that you already hold. Do we use reloadable cards to pay our card off? No, you use your bank account. Or you can use the Simon gift card. The serve card to pay your card back off if you want to. But if you do gift cards, you can pay it back off with your checking account. Next call is tomorrow. Yes. So I want you guys to go back over this call. And restudy it. I'm pretty sure you guys got multiple calls you guys got to restudy. But tomorrow we will have our next call is tomorrow. We're going to go more over what to do with reward points. We're going to talk about cars. We'll talk about private jets. Talk about turning, some other different things. Okay? We got an exciting call tomorrow as well. After tomorrow, it's over. I'm never talking to you guys again. Never want to see you guys again. No. After tomorrow, we're going to launch Recession Proof Extreme. And then we're going to be doing weekly coaching calls. So I'm going to get you guys a calendar out when the weekly coaching calls are going to start. And the weekly coaching calls will be on different topics. So we'll do one once a month or twice a month. We'll do just a strictly credit repair business coaching call. And it'll be structured a little bit differently. It'll be live interaction back and forth. So now we're going to start moving forward. So digest everything that you got here. Get ready for the coaching calls because now we're going to start going and mixing it up one-on-one. Not one-on-one, but direct interaction back and forth. So you'll be able to answer questions. We jump on Zoom, answer you guys' questions, and build from there. Okay? So now we're going into the extreme mode, so y'all got to get ready because we're going to work. I got so much stuff coming. It's going to be crazy. Everything that's going to be included with the Recession Proof Extreme. And you guys should all be on the morning meetup calls. If you register, I'm telling you guys, I pay for it. If you know you're not going to make it, if you're not a morning person, don't get on it. Don't register. If you know you're a morning person, you're going to be on the calls and participate, go ahead and register. That way you're not wasting money. Okay? So we're gonna build from there. Ebooks. I see people asking about ebooks and other stuff that's not covered yet. We got it. That'll be coming. But tomorrow, okay? I will see you guys 9:15. Okay? How do we join the morning call? Link was dropped to you guys in the email, but reach out in the Telegram group. Okay? Reach out in the Telegram group. Okay, I asked before if I have a real estate business, real estate investments, some other businesses, is it okay to do all three under one business? And if not, can you explain why? Because you want to separate. And go back over the business call, Leon. Go back over the business call, the business credit call that we had as we break everything down. Okay? So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9:15. Same time. All right? Have a good one.